I'm like, I am absorbing content now. Please wait until I'm done absorbing the content. Hello, welcome back to my channel. If you're new here today, my name is Odds, and we are going to be discussing Doctor Strange in the Multiverse of Madness. Now, I saw the movie last night. I went to a later showing, and I'm going to give you my thoughts on the movie as a whole. If you're new here today, I would love for you to subscribe. I do 2 videos a week. Marvel, DC, beauty vlogs. There's something on this channel for everyone. I just wrapped up my Moon Knight breakdowns. You can watch those back now or after this video. And I also do Star Wars, I didn't mention, but I will be doing Kenobi breakdowns as well as we're going to get into The Boys next month. So yeah, there's going to be lots of stuff coming up on this channel, so be sure to stay tuned for that. And if you like this video while you're watching, make sure to give it a big old thumbs up. It really helps me out on this channel. So let's go ahead and get started. So the movie starts out actually with Sorcerer Strange and what Doctor Strange is thinking to have a dream, but it's actually another universe where this is happening. And they're trying to get to this book to save America Chavez from these demon creatures that are coming after her. But when he realizes that they can't reach the book, he then tries to take her powers away from her, which then causes her to scream and open up a portal and go into the main universe. Now, it should be noted that they refer to this universe as the main MCU universe as 616. Previously, it was not 616, that was just the comic universe, but now I guess they've made this 616. They retconned a bit from earlier, but yep, this is now 616. I have some strong opinions on that. She ends up teaming up with main universe Doctor Strange, and they go on this whole multiversal quest to try to stop Wanda, who is trying to take her power to open up the multiverse and be with her children. Now, that sounds all fine and dandy, like, wow, what a good mother, but she is crazy in this. She is slaughtering people left and right. She didn't really learn anything about Westview. She just decided instead of enslaving people, she's just gonna murder people. And yeah, she's not a good chick. So I have very strong opinions about the MCU version of Wanda Maximoff. Don't like it. I'll say right there, right now, and I feel very vindicated in the fact that I hate her, and now that she's the villain, it's easy enough to dislike her. I felt that way already watching WandaVision. It was easy enough to dislike her. Now it's even more easy to dislike her. There are a lot of horror elements. I cannot say that word. Horror elements that's a very difficult word for me to say with a southern accent. There's a lot of elements of that in this. Obviously, this is directed by Sam Raimi, who is known for Spider-Man, but also known for like the Evil Dead movies, Drag Me to Hell, those sort of horror flicks. So there are definitely horror elements in this that I really enjoyed. There's a whole sequence with like Wanda in reflections. There's a lot of jump scares in this. I definitely got scared by a couple jump scares throughout this movie, and just towards the end, or towards I guess like 3/4 of the way through, there's a really bloody, mangled up Wanda who's like scooting down the hallway on like a gimp leg. Yeah, there's some pretty freaky elements of this. Overall, which I really enjoyed to see. I like seeing Sam Raimi's little touches overall. Speaking of Sam Raimi's touches, we get Bruce Campbell in this, because of course we get Bruce Campbell in this. Now, if you don't know who Bruce Campbell is, he lived under a rock, but also he's the star of Evil Dead. He plays Ash. So he is in all of Sam Raimi's movies and cameos. He plays the pizza ball guy, Pizza Papa or whatever he was referred to as. I don't know exactly how he was credited, but he's in this kind of just as a gag. And he's also the last post-credit scene, which I thought was super camp and really, again, Sam Raimi is very campy and very horror director, so you got to see both of the elements there shine through. Let's talk the Illuminati, because I know people have some questions as to who everybody in the Illuminati is. Now, some of these characters we've seen before, some of them, well, all of them we have seen before, except for we've seen them before in some semblance, but there's some that are from very obscure and not good TV shows that you might not know. So let's start off with one of the ones I was most surprised to see was Black Bolt. Now, he is the leader of the Inhumans. So he was from the Inhumans TV show, and it was the actual actor who played him. So I'm kind of shocked they didn't recast, but they decided to bring him back. So we have him. His powers are, like, if he speaks, then he can, like, essentially, you're gonna explode. Like, he killed his parents that way. So, not great to have, but that's why he signed. So, because he can't really speak without killing people. Which we see when they kill their version of Doctor Strange. He's the one to go ahead and do it. We also have Maria Rambeau as Captain Marvel. Now, I liked this addition a lot. I think it would be very interesting in a universe where she is Captain Marvel. I would love to see more of that play out in this little multiverse, but I think it's probably just a little bit of a tease. We'll see. We could always get Illuminati projects, which I think could possibly happen. We have Baron Mordo as the Sorcerer Supreme. Now, in this version, he doesn't hate Doctor Strange, but they ended up killing Doctor Strange for using the Darkhold, so kind of. I think they were more so friends, and they were sad that that had to happen. We also have Captain Carter. Now, she was from What If, and I knew they were going to push, well, we knew from some of the trailers that she was in this because we saw her shield, but they're really making a push for Captain Carter. I'm not necessarily sure why. I mean, there's nothing wrong with Captain Carter, but we don't really need another Captain America-like figure. We have Sam Wilson, who is Captain America, so we don't really need another, like, Captain America-like figure. I don't know why they're pushing her so hard, but they are. So she's in this team. The two biggest players, we have Professor X shows up in this, which we again knew from the trailers. I honestly thought it was a fake out and he was going to be playing somebody else. But no, it's Professor X, so we see a bit of him and his powers at work when he goes into Wanda's mind. And then we have John Krasinski as Reed Richards, Mr. Fantastic. So, yep, they went with that fan service and they cast John Krasinski as Mr. Fantastic. So we will be seeing him again in the Fantastic Four. We'll see if they go ahead and cast his wife, Emily Blunt, along with him. I have thoughts on the fan service, but I mean, it's fine. Like, he's a fine pick. There's nothing wrong with him, but yeah, they just decided to do fan service for this. So, I mean, if my thoughts of this movie haven't been seeping through, then yeah. So, the Illuminati is great and all, but they get mowed down by Wanda, and pretty gruesomely. Like, Xavier gets his neck snapped by her, and that's a pretty gruesome scene. We have she converts to reality, so Mr. Fantastic essentially just unravels. Black Bolt, she takes his mouth off and then he tries to speak and it blows his head off. Maria Rambeau gets crushed under a building, under a statue, and Peggy Carter gets hit in the stomach with her shield, and it impales her. So, real fun. We get a little bit of a callback to Green Goblin getting his impaled in his balls, so that's fun. Let's talk some other stuff. Let me go grab something. Let's talk America Chavez. I liked her in this. That being said, I think she was miscast. If you've never seen America Chavez, this is what America Chavez is supposed to look like. Just an FYI. I know people have creative liberty over how they want to draw their characters, and real life casting is much different, and they're fictional characters or whatnot, but I don't know how you get this from this. Just saying. There's no hate to the actress who plays her. She's a 15-year-old child, so I'm not saying people should go after her and be like, blah, 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 blah. But Marvel casting, what are you doing? Like, I don't understand what people are doing at the casting department where they'll look at a comic book character who is of a certain race or ethnicity and just completely disregards that. Now, she is Latina, so that part is actually true, actually translates into the screen, but I don't know. If you can accept the fact that she's of a multiversal race and then still is Latina, you can accept the fact that she's also supposed to be Afro-Latina, so that's just saying. But I did enjoy the character in this, but it's really hard to look past that part. Wanda dies in this, guys. Sorry I can't contain my giddiness. I giggled. Wanda Maximoff in the MCU is dead. In 616, sorry to any fans of her, but she's gone. She's still alive in the multiverse, so they could always bring a version of Wanda back, but this Scarlet Witch version is gone. She ends up crushing herself under the temple, tower, fortress, throne room. She calls it a throne, which makes no sense because a throne is what you sit on. She's like, it's a throne, so wouldn't it be a palace? Like church to the Scarlet Witch? Never mind. But that was like, I was like, this is a stone table. I don't see a throne anywhere over here. I guess if she's sitting on it and doing her little magic, then that's how that is. But she crushes herself under the weight of the temple to destroy all versions of the Darkhold. So I keep shaking my leg and it's shaking the camera, which is not good. So she's gone. And I know Bex wanted me to bring up music and the score. There's also some of my favorite and least favorite fights. Some of the score was really good. I don't remember any standout moments because I honestly, my brain processes stuff very weirdly. Like, I tend to overanalyze other parts of the movie. And this one I was kind of just like sitting and absorbing. I'm like, I am absorbing content now. Please wait until I'm done absorbing the content. It was really weird. I don't know what, I'm like very tired, so now I'm like, when am I not tired? I always complain about being tired in these videos. I'm always exhausted. So yeah, I was literally thinking about Moon Knight a second ago, because when we're talking about fighting, I'm like thinking of the kaiju battle that was going on. Favorite fight? I really, for not liking Wanda, I really enjoyed her mowing down the Illuminati. I thought that was pretty interesting to see, just because it got a little more gruesome than we're used to. Like, there was blood involved. Usually there's no blood in Marvel movies. If you ever notice that, they're always polished. They have the Disney polish on them. So I enjoyed seeing that. Least favorite was probably where she was destroying the temple, because I don't find her interesting to just shoot lasers out of her hands. Like, again, this is my problem with the MCU, is she has so many different powers. And you do see her do the little mind manipulation, but other than that, she's just like shooting lasers through oh my god, I'm forgetting the word, I'm forgetting the name, through all the sorcerers in their little sanctuary, whatever the sanctuary is called, I can't remember. So I'm really prepared for this video, guys. I actually took notes. I was gonna go into this no notes. That would have been crazy. So, post-credit scene. The first one I already talked about. The second one is just Bruce Campbell. The first one, Doctor Strange is showing up, and it's the end of the movie. He's like, "This is great." I didn't mention he used the Darkhold in this. So yeah, he uses the Darkhold, which I'm like, oh no. And then he gets like an eye in the center of his head. So it shows he's like a little crazy. And Clea shows up. Clea is played by Charlize Theron, and she is a love interest, a future wife, and future sorceress supreme to Doctor Strange. So yeah, very exciting. We'll see a third one of these and what happens, and probably see him and her show up in other stuff. But he's like, yeah, I'm ready to go, and then he gets that little third eye in his head all ready to go, and it's like, oh my god, what is going on here? That's scary. So when will we next see Doctor Strange? I think we could see Doctor Strange in a future Avengers movie. We could see him in some sort of Illuminati situation. Obviously in Doctor Strange 3. But maybe also we could see him in Ant-Man and the Wasp: Quantumania. I don't know if he'll show up, because I think they're setting up the Young Avengers and they'll kind of be the spotlight for that. But he could possibly show up there. I wouldn't say it's completely out of the question. So where will America show up next? She, I think, is definitely going to show up in Ant-Man and the Wasp: Quantumania. Because they're setting up the Young Avengers. We're going to get all those characters. I think in this they're combining the Champions and the Young Avengers. So, I know they're two separate teams in the comics, but I think in this they're going to just make it one team. So we're going to have America, Kate Bishop, Billy and Tommy, Cassie Lang, all those characters, Miss Marvel, all show up and be on one Young Avengers team. So I know they're not all in the Young Avengers. Don't come for me. I just think that they'll all be in one team just to make it easier on the viewers. So that's kind of it. Overall, look, I gave this movie 2.5 stars out of 5. I think it's average. I know 2.5 stars seems like it's low, but if you're doing out of 5 stars, that's like a 50%, which again, that's like failing if you're doing school. But it's it's okay. It's something to write home about, but I think it could be better. My problem with this is it feels more like an event than it feels like a film. So it's so focused on you have to watch other stuff to understand what's going on. Um, so, like, I've seen some of the X-Men movies. I'm familiar enough with the Inhumans. I've seen What If. I've seen Captain Marvel. I was familiar with the fact that they were going to bring John Krasinski in as Reed Richards. So, like, I knew some of that stuff going forward. Like, you would have had to watch some of that stuff. You would have had to watch WandaVision, because that's the main pull of her entire motivation in this is from WandaVision. And if you didn't watch it, then you're just going to end up confused. And my best friend was like, I can't spoil this because I'm confused. And that's understandable. Like, at the end of the day, they want to go and drive as much of a connected universe as they can. And, you know, people say that's how a comic book is, but there's a lot of comic book issues you can just pick up and read and be totally fine, like, on its own. I've done that with Guardians comics, like, random issues. I picked it up, I've known what's going on without having any sort of problem. So I just have an issue with the amount of quantity they're putting out versus quality. This is nothing against Sam Raimi. I think he did a fine job as director. But I would like to see some more self-contained stories, and I hope they're not just shifting all of that onto Disney+. Because again, with Disney+, even though they're making these self-contained stories, they're just pumping them out, and it's kind of driving me crazy, and it's making me really sad to see the future of the MCU. So, whew. Let me know what you thought of Doctor Strange down below. I know some people really liked it. I know it's getting mixed reviews, so let me know what side of the fence you're on. Are you happy Wanda died? Are you sad? Again, sorry, I'm absolutely a hater, so I'm here to be a hater. And yeah, thank you guys so much for watching. I know this was quite a long one, but I appreciate you all, and I will see you on Wednesday with a new video. Bye! Also, if you want this shirt, I can link my friend Deja's shop in the bio down in the description box down below. So you can get this shirt too, and some other cool university stickers and stuff like that. So definitely we'll link her shop down below. Bye!